purpose of the communications calendar is to keep track of how you're interacting with customers. So it could be social media, it can be emails, whatever it is. You want to make sure that you're keeping track so that you're not bombarding them on some days, you're not having conflicting messages, you're not duplicating efforts. Your customer is getting very clear message according to the intended strategy. So to get started with this, you can click on a new calendar and you can name it. We could call it 2026. I'm just going to show you how this works, but I do have one already kind of set up here. And then you'd hit create calendar. And then when you were in that window, you could choose public or private and save it. It's just going to be you. Public is every user can see it. And if you choose the checkboxes here, any additional users outside of yourself will be able to access and edit. So we'll just keep it public for right now. But this is how you'd get started. If you want to delete something, you can delete it here. And you can have any number of these different calendars along the left side. So you could have it by department, or you can have it just one for the company, whatever makes sense for you. Then I'm going to click this over here to minimize, and let's get started over here. So I've already added a few posts in here. You can see you can do Instagram, TikTok. You can add some custom ones in here. You can remove those if you want. I'll show you that in a second. But all you need to do to add a post is to click add post. You also can upload from your files if you already have historical data that you want to bring over, or if you happen to work outside of the system and you want to bring it in, you can do that too. So if I click on add post, it's going to by default give me the ones that are showing. You just pick the date. My video software does not capture the actual drop down, but that is a date picker there. And then you can put in the times and your status, and then your post topic type, the hashtags you might want to use, your copy that you want, and the visual type, whether it's an image, carousel, video, story, whatever it might be. And then you can put some links in here. This works really well if you're working with a team and you've got a review process where you want to make sure these are approved. You can make sure that the status is marked as approval, and then somebody can go in there and change the status. So you can look at this the way it is, enter these things, or you can always ask Doot to help you out. So for example, if you're a construction company, let's say here, what is our focus? We are now, let's say we're now building sheds. So then it'll suggest a post. So then it'll just take a second and it's going to automatically add the posts, and you can go through them, read them, accept them, or you could delete them. If you're not happy, you can edit them, but this will give you some different suggestions for where you could put them. But again, everything is editable and you can change it. And so you've got some posts in here now. So now if I go back up here and I click on calendar, you can see the very clear calendar view. And this will allow you to say, okay, back in, on that Tuesday, we had a lot of different things going on. Maybe we should spread this out. So if you wanted to come over here, you can click on add and it'll take you back here to add an additional day, and you can put in your thoughts for this day. Now we are constantly making improvements and additions to all of these tools, and would love to hear feedback and ideas for what would make the workflow easier for you. So some things that we are looking to do is to automate some of this a little bit more, just to make it faster, but would love to hear from you. So team@executethevision is the email. And if you want to send feedback, or if you'd like a demo, contact us that way. So then I'm going to go back over here. You want to save the calendar. Like all the other tools, this does have real-time edits, just like a Google Sheets would. So if someone else is in here typing, you will see their edits being typed. So it won't override what you're doing. And then you can copy this whole calendar to Excel. There is, like I showed you, the table on the calendar. Up here, you can filter by things. So if you're going in here and you want to see which posts are hung up because approval is required, you can see that quite easily. You can see everything that's been done. And then if you go back to all, you can see everything. So now if I switch over here to the dashboard, I really like this because it's one thing to send out emails, post on social, and it's another to make sure that it's actually working. So this is geared towards social media, but again, emails, ads, whatever you would like to do. So if you don't want to use these channels, you can remove them, but it is going to give you a pop-up to tell you that there are already things being utilized by them. So you can remove those if you want, you can add them back, and then you can go over here and type in a new one, hit add channel, and that's how we got the email and ads here. And then you can choose your active metrics here. So we've got done, we've got follows, likes, comments, shares, engagement. But again, this is geared towards social media. You can overwrite these and type over them, and then it will customize what you're tracking down here. And if you've got separate goals that you want to track too, you can mention them in here too. So if you want to set the goals for followers and for likes, for example, you can click on add a goal and your new window will pop up here. And then you can put your starting point and your target, and then it will follow from there. And so what you would do here is you go in, and the done column is going to be pulling from the other tab, but you can add however many, follows you got for the month, comments, and then your charts will update. Now, if you remove things from up here, like these active metrics, it will shorten here, so you're only tracking one thing. If you only want to track followers, for example, and then each one is going to do it by month as the overall for all the channels that you have listed, or it will do it by channel. So you can kind of see where you're at. So that is everything, I believe, for this calendar. If you have questions, again, reach out at Execute the Vision, or at team at executethevision.com, I should say. And I hope you find this useful in tracking your communications.